Hey everyone. So yesterday I bought myself Aven Colony. I've had an eye on it for a while, but with Christmas being Christmas, the kids are more important, so I squared them away. But yeah, I got it yesterday. I really enjoyed it. I've been playing the tutorial missions and all the first two real missions. I did have a look on YouTube to see if there were like Let's Plays, and there are, but they all seem to drop off after the second mission, I suppose. I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll do one, and I'll start from the third mission. I've got a bit of an idea of how to play the game now, and basically, yeah, I thought I'd just share it, and it'll give you something to do video-wise. Um, the kids have got their own things, FIFA and all that kind of stuff, and Clash Royale, and those videos will be coming soon. But I thought, well, I'll just have something for Dad, a bit of blue for Dad. Um, so I'll just have a little half-hour video. Vori Markov, you can see in the top left, she's got a bit of a babble to go over, so I'll go through that. Basically, it's just saying, well done, you're on a third colony now. They want us to analyse structures, but I'll let her talk.
We've selected the drop site for this colony to allow you to analyze those structures once you're ready. I'm sorry the dropship pilot wasn't able to get closer to any of the zones that support farming. In the meantime, we'll need to grow your colony to a point where it can survive on trade.
Okay, so yeah, basically they dumped me in the middle of nowhere. There are farming zones. There's a little bit up here to the top left, but that's miles away. That would take absolutely ages. That one's not too bad. But anyway, I'll give you a little run over of what's going on here. So those are wind turbines, electricity obviously. These are very basic solar panels. Same here, we've got 3 of them. Those are little storage devices. I believe that, yeah, that's the oxygen regulation module. So there are a few things you've got to get doing to get started. I tried doing this in OBS when I was doing the recording, and there was a huge lag thing. So what I'll do is I'm trying the Elgato software, so hopefully that's going to be a lot better. Just go over these two. That's your life support module. It's all the very basic stuff, and this is obviously your landing. So in this one, I've got to rely on trade, which is not going to be so easy because on the other, I had farms and greenhouses and all that kind of stuff. So the first thing you've got to remember, I think the first important thing when you're building is the colonists like these tunnels. So I'm just going to get a couple out. They do, you can drag it and go as far as you want, but I'm not going to go into it yet because I've only got a few things to build in the beginning. Basically everything's built by these drones, but they only have a specific range, so once you start spreading out, you've got to go to the border of that range and basically, yeah, and if you want to go further, you've got to build another one of these, and I'll show you how I've decided how I'm going to do that anyway. You can also upgrade structures. If we select this one, that's your construction drone hub. And it's got 3 upgrades, and every time you upgrade it, you'll get an extra one, and you will need them eventually because you start getting hit by shard storms and lightning and these big worms that come out of the ground and start really spitting everywhere is the best word, and so you've got to have them on automatic repair. So I'll show you how to do that in a second. Basically, in the very beginning, I just tend to follow the missions.
Your colonists have been informed of your arrival and are eager to see what their leader can do for them.
So yeah, basically, I'm not sure. There's a little bit of speech there. So it's getting electricity. Okay, no problems, I can do that. What you have to remember is everything to do with the colonists, if you want to build, that's what you need, nanites. You have all your information here as storage. I'll go into all that as we get to it. But nanites are, to build anything, you have the nanite cost and then the power cost. You go over to here, it tells you what's supplying electricity, but the most important thing is at the bottom it tells you what it's going to be in winter, because in winter it's got seasons, summer, winter, that's it, but in winter it's going to be dropping seriously, so you need to be sure that whatever you build, I'm just going to get out of there, whatever you build is within that limit. So what we'll do is, this is a geothermal vent. In the introductory one you start with solar powers, but these are really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go a little bit further with my roadway, bearing in mind these take electricity as well. And the reason why you need these, because I didn't do it in the first mission, but your guys live here or wherever, and they like these to walk to work, and they get narky because you can do it building to building. See, these three are linked here, and basically you can have them walk through the buildings to go to work, but they like seeing the sky and having a walk around, so it's important that you do that, because otherwise you'll get punished for it, and I'll show you those overlays later. But anyway, for now we need electricity. My people need jobs, so we're going to go geothermal generator. This is also on PC, and from what I have seen on the videos, the PC interface is a little bit more friendly. It's always friendlier on PC, but unfortunately my PC ain't got the guts to play a game and record at the same time, so I've gone with Xbox. Maybe in the future I'll get myself a new gaming rig, but it's or a second older one to do the recording. That's all in the future though. So that is busy building. While that's building, no, I'm not going to do it while it's building, because otherwise I'll put it on pause. It doesn't pause it here. You can go into your colony control, and basically this gives you your inventory, what people are happy about at the moment, and as you can see, colony morale is low because they need jobs, which they're going to get when that plant finishes. It always pauses. These are powers and policies, and basically you start off with these, and it's rationing and water rationing to be sure that you can feed everyone. But they go further once you have an election, and if you're elected, first time you're elected means that you can, no wait a sec, that one's different, but the first time you're elected you can enforce bans, so you know, if you don't want any more immigration you can turn it off, which is, yeah, it always costs something. See, if you've got rationing, it reduces the water consumption, but they don't feel as free, so it makes them unhappy. I wouldn't bother. This one's important, the drone auto repair, but that needs a research center, and those things are quite big. But these are your colonists, how happy they are. They aren't too happy at the moment because they want some work. So I'll let that go. These are your buildings, how it's going. Integrity is basically, yeah, I don't know, building health, something like that. Yeah, building health. Yeah, you don't want it dropping. Efficiency is down to how many workers you've got in there, whether they're happy, this kind of thing. But at the moment everything's on 100% because I don't think these have workers, or the solar modules do. Settings and statistics. I'm going to let that grow. So we'll play in. See, I'm liking that because the brief here at the beginning said that we need gold, or we need to rely on trade, and gold is the only way to get trade. I'm going to show that now. But we've done the geothermal vents, we're up to 200 power. As you can see, yeah, power supply will be 222 in winter, so we're all right there. It doesn't reduce in winter at all, but with things with this, I believe it's the solar panels go down to 50%, wind turbines go off and on all the time, so these really are the best thing to power your modules. Now, what I'll also show you as well is basically, because you've got people needing jobs, they've all jumped in there to work there. Now, this is just a normal priority, so as it says, they're equally likely to work here as they were, but if there's no other jobs, they're going to go and work there. What I found with electricity is I keep those on fill, because then you know, as long as you have enough colonists around, you know that in the winter it's going to be 222, because that will change depending on how many people work there. Okay, so anyway, we've got new missions, so let's have a little crack at that and get moving a bit with the gameplay.
We have a few ideas on how to make this colony a better place for your citizens.
So yeah, gold. We all love a bit of gold, so no problem. Next mission,
would be a good idea.
iron.
Okay,
and pumping. So we're going to need a water pump. Okay, that's not a problem. What I'll do is I'll show you the water pump, and this is down here, building menu, water pumps. Okay, so you can have a water pump, or you can have an atmospheric condenser. If you get into dramas with water and you've got a lot of leftover electricity, you can turn the thermal power generator that can extract steam. Okay, but for now, as we put this down, as you can see, there's like over here, there's loads, and the darker the blue, the more water you're going to have. And as you can see, if I try and put it down, there's no Trojans in range. But anyway, there's some around here, and at the moment we've hardly got anyone. So I'm going to put it here just so it's next to the road. Out we go. So we're going to build a water pump. And we are going to, I'm going to show you now. I'll get the road on. It's a bit, I'm so used to being on a PC. But you can drag and drop it as well. And that's ready for our mine. I think what we'll do as well, every time you click on a building, sorry, I'm trying to explain a few things. Every time you click on a building, you've got, as I showed you with the pump, you've got how many people are working there. They're all by default set to normal priority. You've also got the worker happiness, which is important to go on to, because if they're peeved about something, it'll all affect how much they work and everything, which I really like. Temporary shutdown, but that's only if you don't have enough power. You can't just put it in and save or anything. Repair, obviously you're going to have to monitor this if you don't have auto repair on. But auto repair as well, it's going to use nanites. Anyway, so if we want to upgrade, if a building can be upgraded, you've got these little arrows, and basically, depending on how many triangles there are, is how many levels it can. But we want to start building, and we're going to need a few more trains, so we're going to upgrade that as well. And also, if you want to take anything apart or replace things, which I tend to do around the basic camp, rather than spreading out too much, I try and replace the storage if I can, because they're only basic ones, and you can get upgradable ones that will also do a really good job. Anyway, okay, let's build. So I think what I'll do is, once he's finished doing those roads, I'll let him upgrade this, and I think I'll upgrade that to 3, because you're going to need them buzzing around everywhere. Yeah, usually I make sure that I don't play too late. It's been a long time since I've had a late night gaming session, but yesterday was one of those, so I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm tired. Okay, I'm going to upgrade that twice as well, because we need them all flying around all over the place. As with any of these building games, you can speed it up. It's controlled on the Xbox controller by the D-pad, but you can go. I don't particularly want to because it'll put it into winter, and it's going to be. We have to get a fair old bit moving, but just tapping it up, you can go up to eight times the speed. So if you're really waiting for something long and everything's stable in your colony, then that's a good way to do it. So there's our gold deposit, and we're going to whack a mine down there. Mines are down here, mine and processing structures if you're on the Xbox. We just want a basic mine. And we've got an iron mine further. Now I do wonder if that's going to be in range. I'm not sure. We'll give it a go. So again, normal priority, and now because I've got the electricity on high priority, basically there's only 2 people left. I'm not sure why those workers are unhappy. How are they unemployed? It needs to reset a little bit because they're unhappy about unemployment, but they've both got jobs. Get in those mines and do some work. I'm sure that will reduce over time. Okay, and we're going to need to build an iron mine. So I'm going to go for it this time because usually I keep everything compact. But I'm hoping that these drones are going to reach. And I'm going to go out to here. And I'm going to go up to here. Oh, it is in range, that's good. And we'll get that iron mine going. Now, obviously we don't need so much electricity now, so I'm just going to put this down onto a lower power. High priority, but it's not an issue. We go here, objective complete. Basically, that will tell you everything only once spores come in, and that's all to come later. Yeah, that's your little warning panel. Okay, so they're not unhappy anymore. Yeah, so these guys are all happy. They've got purpose and freedom. Food we need to work on a little bit, but we're going to have to buy all that in.
Wow, those are some very unusual structures. They look like ancient buildings or something. Hey, Vori, shouldn't our surface scanners have picked those up?
It did, but it didn't identify them as non-natural features.
Basically, any time that you have an interaction, the Jack Toran guy seems to be the researcher expedition guy, and Vori seems to be your little control thing. But every time you get to a certain amount or a certain point, they'll start going on. But I'll leave you to listen to that.
I suspect the pattern recognition software was probably thrown off by all the spiky ice formations around here.
I'm starting to get a little skeptical about our scanner system, Vori.
I've taken a couple of zoom shots with the FAR scanner. Do you want me to C-mail them to you?
Can you shipe them to me?
Hold on, I'm gonna twirl them so the whole ship can see them.
I'm not allowed to use Twirtle anymore, remember? Because of my,
Yeah, right. Your tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Right, yeah, just send them to me over Shipe.
Shipe, send them to me. Shipe. Okay. Right, so that's going. New mission available because we're going assuming it's going to be
from a trade
trade. Okay. We don't have time to extend out there and grow food before winter comes, so we'll have to survive for a while on trade. So we are going to have to go all the way out there. That's going to be a job. Good lord. Just building a trade hub. Okay, that's no problem. So for now, I'm going to put the trade hub here. If I remember rightly, that is under ships and vehicles. Yes. As well, when you see these arrows and you lay down a building, basically those arrows are saying where they're going to take workers from. So you've got a couple of workers here in the dropship and in that habitat as well, I believe. So I'm just going to drop that down there, and you'll get workers from them. But bearing in mind how many workers you have in here, and in the water pump, and the mine, and in here, you spread quite thin in the beginning. So that's why it's important to make sure you've got the electricity up, because otherwise they'll go off and start finding jobs they like, and they'll end up reducing your electricity. Okay, so we've got an objective complete. So we've got some more nanites, which is important. Winter is approaching. So as you can see down here, that's your little time bar. First it goes over the year, and as it's approaching now, we're going into the winter period, which is by those snowflakes. Normally it's just a normal background. Anywho, right, well, we've got a trade ship. The way you enter trade is LT and down to your trade menu, and that's no problem. So basically we've got a gold mine, so I'm going to ask for some rice. Basically these will change regularly, so once you complete one you do have to keep checking back, but in your menu here they will tell you if nothing's being shipped. Okay, so we've got a reward.
Satisfactory. I've been authorized to provide your colony with a small reward.
Okay, so these, if you're doing well and you're keeping to the objectives, you'll get these rewards every now and then. And for now, I'm going to go with nanites because building's always important. Later on, you can go for variety of food, this kind of thing, but it's up to you, really. If you go to your trade hub, how many people are employed there is dependent, but I want to get a bit of a stock up first. We may need to have to speed it up, but we're on minus 3.8 at the moment until I can get all the way up to, good lord, I don't know, it's so far. It's going to be all over the place.
I need your help to balance our supplies on the colony ship.
Okay, well, did I click rice? Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's already done. No problem. So that mission, no worries. We're already doing that.
Commissioner Veronica, and I'd like to make a few recommendations as to how to best serve your people.
You can make nanites, of course. So yeah.
Your colony could benefit from
And
storage capacity.
No problem. So basically, you can make nanites. There's a couple of different ways, from iron, copper. And when you get further into it and you start growing stuff, there's alien stuff, crops that you can grow. They're inedible, but if you do the research, if we get there, one of them can be changed into a sludge, and that's pretty much, if I go to my processing, nope, wrong, I lied. Where is it? I'm still getting used to finding all these things. No, not residential resource management. Yeah, okay, so a chemical plant can turn it into this sludge. Basically, yeah, turn it into a sludge, and then it can be processed. So, I can't remember this is resource management structures. Nope. I was just in there. Ships and vehicles, no. Electricity, no. Drone, no. Defense, no. Farming, no. Mining and processing. Ah, yeah. Nanite processor. So we're going to do this, and we'll get that built. Now, because we've got a gold thing and we've only got one iron, I don't want to start trading iron. So gold is the trade. I can't use it to make nanites. So we'll stick with it. And as you can see as well, yeah, mission indicators they're down on the bottom right, saying how much you're getting on. Obviously, for building a structure, it's quite quick, but for the trade ones, it's going to take a couple of trips. Here we go. We can have a look at this. Again, we can upgrade it if we like. Now, we want it to process iron, obviously copper, and that calco sludge stuff that I was talking about. But for now, we're doing okay. Let it plod along, as we don't have many people. So we get the reward. Okay, and storage depot. Now, what I think I'll do is, yeah, I'll put a big one. One thing, I'll show you these overlays. It's the last thing I'm going to show you. Basically, is you have these overlays, and they're going to tell you about crime. Top right, obviously you can see it's all colour indicated, like most things. Crime, farming resource, we can't grow anything. Drone overlay, that tells you how far the drones can get out to, and how many are covered. Electricity, of course. Resource overlays, so they only come up as a resource once you've placed the building. So, colonist happiness, no problems. Employment as well. Water, I've shown you before. And air quality. Now, anytime you make a manufacturing structure, or any kind of structure, there's a chance that it's going to build an air quality problem. So obviously next to the mine, the trade hub, and the electricity plant, yeah, so you have to offset that. You have to keep the air good, otherwise they get mad. And I'll do that in a second. Commute as well. Basically, I said they like the tunnels. If you've got a blockage or they have to go through buildings, then you get a penalty. So it's best not to have it, and structure overlay. But this little map, or these little graphs, it's a good way to pinpoint problems and just keep checking on it every now and then. Anywho, I'm going to let that go, and we need to build a storage. So I'm going to do a big one actually. Again, upgradable. The mini ones, okay, but they can't upgrade them. This one is bigger. Yeah, it takes a bit of power, but we've got loads of that, so we'll slot it in here. Objective complete. Okay, so we've done our gold for rice. That's just a little reward. Trade vessels back. I'm just going to check in on the trade menu, and sometimes they reset and you have to choose another one, but this one seems to be a current, a reoccurring one. Now, I can switch that off because I want to have a look down here. So we've got gold for bread. So rather than let him fly off and do it again, I'll get some bread, so we've got some variety. As well, as you can see, this one's with Aven Colony, and that's one of the colonies that I did in one of the other missions. And basically, I think as through the story, you'll have the more colonies that you make that are successful. You know, they put at the end of the mission, they say, okay, we're going to put a junior governor in, and then you can go and build a new one. And these all become available, so there's more imports and exports. And I think it's pretty cool, because at the beginning you only have the colony ship. Okay, so we'll let that crack on. We've got a new mission. Storage we've done.
Balance our supplies on the colony ship.
Okay, so basically we have to import a total of 500 food, so that's no problem. And that's going to take a little while. So we'll have a little carry on and build. And what the good thing is, we've got 3 of these vents now over here. So we're not really going to have a problem with electricity, but I am going to tell you the one problem with these things is every now and then they will go toxic if you don't cap them. So I had it last night, and basically I had to build the roads out to cover these things because they let toxic gas. And as you know, you can't see any wind here at all. Okay, the steam's just going up, but no, it is going to go all the way across your colony and start making them sick. So it's best to cap them, you know, even if they're not set on high employment priority. As long as you've got something on it, the toxic gas isn't going to escape. Okay, so we've done that, and what I want to do is, as I was saying, we had a little bit of air quality problem. So I'm going to drop in here. Now there's a couple of things you can do. These intake fans, okay, they're cheap, no problem, but viruses can get in them. So what I always go with is the air filter. More expensive, but it's worth it. And I think what I'll do is I'll drop one here, and that'll improve the quality around here. So when further buildings, got to make sure it's okay.
We have some thoughts on how to improve the air quality in your colony.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So I was going to put that in, but there's the mission for it, so no worries. I did go into a bit of a build fest last night, and I was doing the missions, but then I was building loads and loads and loads of things everywhere, and, you know. But the only problem is you need people, so I'm sure it's going to tell me how many people have got to come in. We need 90% air quality, okay. Well, I'll give that a little bit of time to update, and again I'll go into my overlays. We'll look at the air quality, 83, around there. 90% now, that's high. So let's just have a little look over here as well. If you click on it, what's it here? 87. Well, I think if we pop one here as well. Turn that off. We stick one here, then that should be good. 90% is high. Again, air filter. Now, with tier buildings, you know, you can build straight to tier 2, straight to tier 3, depending on how much you've got. So I'm just gonna pop that. Oh no, wrong. Okay, doesn't matter. We can fix that. And there we go. Put a little road in. Got plenty of space. And winter's over, so happy days, and we've got plenty of food coming in with the imports and everything, and that'll keep going obviously until you've lost all the trade vessels back. Trade menu, we'll just double check just to make sure that's a constant thing, which it is. No problem. I think we'll probably, they've got food, it'll be fine. So I'm hoping that's going to pick up 90% air quality. That's a big ask. And obviously it's not going to be working as well if you don't have enough people. So I'm sure that's going to be one of the next quests, to get some people in. If you've not got enough people working in there, it's not so good. But we got that busy. I think it's a good time because I don't want to make the video too long. I thought, well, I'll just break them out and do them into little one and video 1 and video 2 and all this kind of stuff. So I think that's pretty much covered it on the beginning one. But it is really nice. I like the graphics, and later on I zoom in a bit more. I mean, you can even go and speak to your colonists. See, they're running around there. You can grab one of them bad boys. Oh, no.
Hi, Governor. Please.
There he is. That's Ron Fisher. He's happy, health, lives in the life support module, and he's going home, and he's working in the air filter. Good old boy. He's doing his part for the colony. Good lad. Usually when I do like to have it a little bit closer, but for now I want to keep it a little bit zoomed out until I get used to it. And the other thing as well is I do tend to get lost because I start working in one camera angle and I go left and right and up and down, but I don't turn. And if I turn it, my colony changes completely. But I'm an old man. There you go, get in there. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to upload it and say, well, do a little bit of work on it and upload it. But I thought, you know, the boys are all busy with their things, so I thought I'll have my own little game that I can plod along with. And, you know, if you like it, I am going to make more of these videos. You know, I'm not fussed on you know, subscriber numbers or becoming a YouTube millionaire or anything like that. So, you know, I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to go until the end of the game. So I hate buying a game and not finishing it unless it's awful, and this isn't awful. So, you know, please subscribe to the channel. I will be doing them some more videos. It will go to the end of the game, maybe on hard mode as well, because I do like making it tricky on myself. At the moment it's on normal. If I helped with any of what I've said, please take the time to give it a little like so I know I'm on the right track, even if it's 1 or 2, I don't mind. Yeah, we have Twitter as well, so that's at Paddock-Riven TV. That's all one thingy, but if you know Twitter, you know how to do it. I'm open for suggestions, help, you know, interaction, anything. If you want to chat or send me a message, if you didn't like something, if some setting's not right on the videos, let me know, and I'll make sure that I try and change it. Or the other thing as well is we play FIFA 18, Clash Royale, those videos to come, loads of little different games. So if you see a video that we play and it's got an online thing, challenge us. We'll give you a game of footy or anything like that. So the best place to do that is to send us a message on Twitter. But anyway, thanks for watching, and maybe I'll see you in the next video, which I'm probably going to start recording in a minute, but there you go. Yeah, that's my first little bit on Aven Colony, and I'll go a bit further on it later.